or when someone else calls your best friend their best friend. No. What is going on, everybody? How you doing? It is Courtney. Welcome back to my channel. It's very nice to have you here. Now today I am talking about best friends, boyfriends, and sometimes how the blurred lines happen to them becoming your boyfriend, or you know what, let's not rule it out. Let's talk about girlfriends as well, because everybody here is looking for something. I don't care if you are bi, gay, lesbian, straight, be whatever you want to be, okay? This may help you get the one person that you want in your life, or it may make you notice somebody who actually likes you in your life, what you never thought about before, but now you do and you kind of like that idea. So let's spread some love around here, people. Now, just before I start the video, I have to do a little plug for my social media. If you guys want to follow me on my Instagram or my Twitter, I'm loving Instagram at the moment. I'm loving you guys commenting, liking, and obviously getting to see you guys because I get to see your faces, and that's really cool for me because I get to know who I'm talking to. If you want to do that, it'll be on the screen right now. It'll also be in the description below, so please do go and follow me. It will be awesome to speak to you. Also, if you want to support me on my Patreon, you can. I've had a few people supporting me. It's great. I've paid for a trip to Norway so I can go collab with some other YouTubers. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I can't thank you guys enough. But let's move on to the actual video now. I think if we're going to start anywhere when it comes to liking someone, we have to talk about always wanting to be in their lives, or them always wanting to be in your lives. How many times have you liked someone and you always want to spend the weekend with them, or you want to go and hang out with them, or you know, you just want to check that they're okay. You want to know that you can make them smile, you want to know that you can make them laugh, and you want to know that they are happy. Because for a lot of people, people seem to look past this. They just think it's a friendship, but it means something more. If there's that one person in particular, there's all these friends that you like hanging out with, but there's the one friend which you wanna always be around. They're the last thought in your mind when you go to bed and the first thought when you wake up. Then maybe you're not even noticing it yourself that you like them. And if there's someone in your life who's always trying to be around you, always trying to hang out with you, always asking how you are, maybe start to consider them that they like you, that they want to be something more than friends. If I was going to say there's a second sign to that, it's jealousy. Jealousy is a very powerful emotion. How many times have you got jealous of the little things? And how many times have you got jealous of someone hanging out with your best friend? How many times have you got jealous of someone taking your friend off, taking them out, they've gone and done something, they've had a whale of a time, they've had so much fun, and you haven't been there to experience that with them, and you go, hey, that's my best friend, you take your hands off my best friend, that is my best friend. Or when someone else calls your best friend their best friend, no, that's a no, that's my best friend. Don't you dare try and claim that right, I earned that right. Sorry, I get very emotional when it comes to best friends, but for a lot of us, we get very jealous when obviously other people start hanging out with our best friends. Now, what you have to think about is sometimes that jealousy may be something a little bit more. Maybe you care a little bit more than just a friendship. Maybe you care about them in a more intimate feeling. I know for a lot of people this is when it starts getting confusing. I've had a lot of people message me saying, oh my god, I feel like I have feelings for my best friend. And sometimes they are very real, okay? So sometimes you have to accept that you do like your best friend. And sometimes that's a good thing. And sometimes your best friend likes you a little bit more than you think they do. And sometimes you like each other the same amount and you don't even realise, and you just need to ask the question. Now, if we're going to talk about liking someone and the emotions that you share, you're going to have to talk about body language, because body language is a very important part of human expression. You know, how many times do you see somebody who likes you or you like them, and the first thing you need to do is this? You're checking the hair, you're making sure you look okay because you want them to know that you look good and you feel good and you feel confident, and they know that you look good and they think you look good and everyone looks good and everyone's happy. These are little aspects that people just brush over. So playing with hair, you know, making sure that, you know, you look good, like kind of pointing out like little strokes, like trying to indicate your face to people. I know it's weird and like you don't think of it when you're actually in a conversation, but a lot of the time you're probably not noticing people do this. They're like little hair fiddling, being very fidgety, you know. People kind of reflect certain emotions in conversation. So either someone will be very uncomfortable, someone will be very comfortable, or somebody is just not interested. Now, what you're looking for is the very comfortable, someone who's always communicating, listening to what you're saying, also where they focus their eyes. Okay, this is important because if they're focusing on your lips, it means they're thinking of you in an intimate way. This is to do with body language studies. There's also obviously looking below the neckline. That's obvious, but you know, that's sometimes, if you see something, you see something, and sometimes it's hard to stop your gaze. You shouldn't do it, but people do. And like actual making eye contact, making sure you pay attention to somebody, and as I said, listening to a conversation. If someone's actually responding and it's a healthy conversation and they are actually trying to input and make it continue, they don't want it to dry out, that is someone who probably likes you. Or somebody who cares a little bit more about what you're saying. I know it's a weird thing to think about, but I've had friends in the past. I remember having a girl who was like, she became my best friend, and I didn't notice these signs, and then eventually she said she liked me, and I just wanted her as a friend. If I notice those signs, sometimes it's better to notice these signs early on so you can say that, you know, we're just friends, and they lets them know so you're not breaking any hearts. But this is the whole point. This video is clearing up the blurred lines. So if you're not looking for them to be your boyfriend or girlfriend, maybe sometimes it's better to notice these signs early so you know what they're going through, so you can let them know that I just think of you as a friend, and that will end that, and they can be happy and they can stop building up these emotional things. Because I remember when I fancied some people, and I just built this whole complex story in my life, how we're going to get married and we're going to have kids and we're going to have a house, and then I got told that we would just be friends, and then the house blew up and the kids ran away, and life got hard for about a week or two, and then I realised that I just moved on. Jesus, it's not the end of the world. I was 17 at the time. That was a lot of things to say in one little brief moment, but you get what I'm saying with the whole body language. Now, moving on from body language, we're going to talk about intimacy and people getting close and people actually opening up to you. So when we think about physical contact, people playing footsie with you in school or in college, or, you know, people making jokes. Jokes are a big thing to getting people to like you. Like, I was one of those people that if I can make anybody laugh, I was happy. And if I can make the person that I really liked laugh, I was extremely happy. And sometimes I'd even make the butt of the joke about myself just so they could smile that day. You know, and if there's someone in your life, or there's a best friend in your life who is doing that for you, maybe they like you a little bit more than you think they do. Whereas from that, hugs. Hugs are very intimate acts. They're about as closest thing you can get to without kissing. And if someone's opening up, just from like a physiological response, people don't want to open up like that unless they really feel comfortable with you. How many times have you seen someone be forced into a hug and it's just uncomfortable, it's unbearable, it's a quick like pat on the back, but someone who really like cuddles up to you, holds you, and it means something. Moving on from that, if you are watching a film at night and they're hanging around with you and they decide to cuddle up to you, you know, or they want to share a blanket with you, or they want to do these little intimate aspects. None of the friendly things what you do before you get into like a pre-relationship. These are the aspects you gotta look for. Because this is the thing where you might find that your best friend is more than just your best friend. And sometimes the relationship between a best friend and a person could be the best thing in the world, because that person knows you on a deeper level, they know everything about you, they know who you are as a human being. And that could be amazing. But also it can be tragic as well, because if it goes wrong, you've lost your best friend. So that's something I'm going to warn you about now. Remember that your best friends are your best friends for a reason. So don't lose sight of that. And if you think you can make a relationship work and it will be long lasting and it will lead and prosper, go full hearted into it, because it could be the best thing you've ever experienced in your life. Now the final sign is going to be a two-part. The first bit is getting the butterflies. Anybody who's ever liked anybody has experienced the butterflies. The butterflies are like the worst and the best thing at the same time. They're the kind of thing where you see someone and it takes your breath away, you feel a bit queasy, but you're just so excited at the same time, and it's a feeling which is almost unbearable. It's like going into an interview and almost getting a job, or, you know, actually getting the job at the end of the interview. That's what I feel like. I get that kind of like tingling feeling in my stomach, and that just lets me know that I like that person. I like them a little bit more than, you know, a friendship. I want to have something a little bit more deeper, a relationship. I want to have something intimate with them. And that is probably my last point. But I want there to be another sign, and I want you guys to get involved, because there are thousands of you guys watching these videos, and there's got to be at least 100 of you who've had a different sign which you want to tell. And this is your time. So please share it in the comments below, express yourself, tell me how you became the boyfriend of your best friend, or you became the girlfriend of your best friend, or how it didn't work at all, and just some advice for people who are feeling these emotions, because I know everybody goes through this at least once in their life, and we want to make some love here. We don't actually want to make the love, we want to have some love shared around here. That could have gone really wrong then. I'm gonna say love, peace, and chicken grease. Thank you for watching, you've been an amazing audience, and I will see you next time.